Hey guys, it's Dwight. Welcome back. Another video. Wow, it's 3 for 3 days. So I'm on a roll. I did a pour yesterday that turned out great. I'll show you the dried results in a few minutes here. I did just very minor touch-ups and it turned out really good. I'm really happy about that. So today, I'm gonna work on a 24 by 18 canvas. Guess what? I'm gonna do a dump and swirl. Go figure. So we're gonna have fun with that again today. I'm gonna be using colors of blue, some green, and some royal ruby. Sort of like a coppery color, but more on the red side. Let's see here. I get a lot of questions recently about my formula for dump and swirl, and also the idea that I don't use satin enamels, but people keep seeing it pop up every once in a while. So let me set the record straight here for a second. So I used the satin enamels when I used to do pearl pours. That's what you need, satin enamel, whether it be Deco Arts or whether you get bare satin enamel at the hardware store. But I usually use that only in white for a base coat when I'm doing pearl pours. Now, I have to say that there are 2 times, I believe, that I use satin enamel in the white for my dump and swirl. And I did that recently, about a week or 2 ago, but it didn't do anything different. It worked out the same way. And I did it a few years ago. I think I called the video impressionistic or impressionism, sort of red color. And the cell structure was interesting, but I think that was more because I did a dump and swirl and I literally threw the paints down. So I always mix my paints the same way. I don't mix them any differently. And if I do, I'll tell you. But remember, it's 1 part paint, 2 to 3 parts Floetrol, a drizzle of Liquitex pouring medium, and then water to thin. Let's see, what else do I need to tell you? I think that's it. I may work on a large canvas tomorrow. I'm not really sure. I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do yet. I'm kind of working on these smaller canvases because I have a couple of shows coming up and big ones are great, but smaller ones also sell. And I can't get too much smaller than what I have already because I'm afraid the dump and swirl won't work as well because you'll disperse the paint, the puddle paint, and it may go off the sides before you finish tilting all the paint off and the black paint off. Okay, so guys, sit back. We'll see you in a second. I'm going to show you the results of yesterday's pour, and then we'll get into today's pour, and we'll go from there. Okay, see you soon. Okay, guys, I'm back up here in my studio, and this was yesterday's pour. Pretty dramatic, pretty cool. Yes, I am going to go in, just very lightly clean up around here. I'm going to put maybe some dots in the middle of some of those cells. Very, very subtle. I'm not going to make it stand out or pop. Just enough to bring your eye towards the middle and touch up the black paint. There might be a few things I need to touch up. So I'm going to set my camera up, just show you the time lapse. It should only take me a moment or 2, and then we'll get into the pour for today. Okay, here I am back with a little bit of touch-ups. Didn't do a whole lot, just sort of, like I said, around the center. And I think I like that because it pulls your eye more towards the negative space. Some of the cells had some definition, but they weren't, defined enough. So that's just basically what I did. Final results. Okie doke. So I'm gonna mix my paints for the next pour, and we're gonna have some fun. We'll see you in a few. Hey guys, it's Dwight. Welcome back. Let me give you a little jazz hands action. There we go. Okay, these are the colors I'm going to be working with today, and I've got 4 of them, and I have my dump paint. This is Red Ruby. It is Dazzling Metallics, and that's Deco Art brand paints. That's going to go somewhere in between the layers with the other paints. And let's see here. The next paint we're going to pick up is the white paint. And of course that is Artist Loft's Soft Body White. And that'll go on the bottom and in between a few layers as well. And then this next paint we're going to be using is this blue. And it is a mixture of, ice blue from Dazzling Metallics and some soft body white. So what I'm doing, I put them off to the side there as I'm stirring them up a little bit. That's why it's taking me a second to get back to the other colors. So this other color is interesting. It is a teal color and it's a folk art brand. And yeah, it's sort of this bluish green color. It's not a metallic, it's just a flat matte. And of course, last but not least, the color that we use to pour in the middle as a dump paint is Artist Loft Soft Body Black. Remember, all my paints are mixed 1 part paint, 2 to 3 parts Floetrol, a drizzle of Liquitex pouring medium, and water. So I start off with putting a little bit of white on the bottom, and then I start alternating the colors, putting some of that royal ruby, the teal, and I'm going to put some white back on top of that to create a separation, and then I'm going to put the colors back down again. I used all the ruby there, some of the white, and then the green, a little bit of separation. Rest of the blue, a drizzle of the ruby red and the white. Okay guys, here we go. So making sure the consistency is great on the paint before I start to pour it. And remember, I do it off center since I go to one of the corners first. I want to make sure that I get complete coverage. Then go down the long way again, stretch all that out. You can see the cells coming up on the edges. That's going to let me know that it's going to work. Okay, so what I do at the very end there, I sort of move the paint back to the center. I want to make sure that it's not all on one end of the canvas, so I move it back. Now you see me tilting back and forth. I mentioned this in another video. I do that to open up the cells, pop some bubbles, and hopefully, get more cells to come up. Now with this painting, I was a little concerned at first because it wasn't really filling in very fast. And sort of in the bottom of the painting on the opposite side where my head is, I was afraid that wasn't going to fill in. But I kept working the canvas and I kept using my blowtorch, moving it back and forth. I'm going to probably put it to time lapse here in just a moment. First, I'm going to fix some of the edges. Move it around some more. Okay, now we're going to time lapse. And then you can see it just started filling in. And then I did walk away for about 45 minutes. It continued to move, which was great. And we got this great result. Okay, I'm gonna stop here, guys, and we'll see you with the initial wet walkthrough. Hey guys, I'm back. Oh my gosh, this is really beautiful. I wasn't sure because guess what I did? I used blue and green again together. Had some bad luck with that recently, but I love that the royal ruby came through. Look at that. Yeah, the devil's in the details. Let me show you up close because you have to see these pearls. See all the color? They're beautiful. Yeah. The negative space is a little bigger than I like, but I think, I like it because there's some dots all around. I mean, I don't have to clean this up, actually. This was the cleanest center I've had probably in a long time. I hope that these pop up even more. I don't know if they will. I think it's pretty much set right now. The edges, you can see a little bit of texture coming through, which means it's drying up. But look at the color down here. Got that copper going through it. Yeah, this is going to be nice. Nice and bright blues. There we go. Okay, awesome. So I think I'm going to end up doing one more tomorrow. Not quite sure on what size canvas. It may go large. Haven't done that in a while. So we'll take a look and we'll see. So hopefully things go well. And hey guys, we will see you tomorrow or soon. Bye-bye.